Today on the farm, we are harvesting some beautiful South Georgia wheat. It has never been sprayed with anything, and it is food grade. That's why I call food grade, never sprayed. I'm selling some of it direct to end consumer. Those consumers buy it and grind it into their own bread. Y'all saw a video of me last year grinding wheat straight out the field. I took it home, made bread out of it, and on the second day of harvest, I'm eating a loaf of bread while the combine's still in the same field cutting the wheat. Super cool. But that's what I specialize in. I specialize in trying to make direct to end consumer products straight from my farm to folks like you. This harvest video and this farm channel are not sponsored by Case IH, but it could be. What I'm about to attempt now is pretty touch and go right here. If you watch a lot of my videos, y'all see the passover shot in all the videos where I drive the tractor pulling the planter or the strip till or the disc harrow or the subsoil over the top of the camera. And what we're about to attempt to pull off is the first ever combine over the top of the camera trick. I hope I don't have to buy a new camera later today. Can't believe that worked. It actually was a little bit difficult to find buried in all that straw. We're about halfway across here now, Big Willie. I think, yeah, pretty close to halfway. What you think we're averaging now?
So far, we're gonna be around 75, 80 bushels. But I cut around the end by the pecan trees over there.
It's weak over there.
You're around 50 bushels. So
yeah, it's weak back there.
So far, we're averaging 82 bushels.
82 bushels on here, and we're seeing a lot of 90s, low 90s, bumping there, some mid 90s. But like I said, you get back over here in the back of the field where it shifts away from red clay and becomes a sandier field, and there's a lot of deer pressure back there. It's a little weaker crop in that area, and so that's gonna, you gotta count all of it. That's what I call an average. You gotta count all of it and average it all out. So we had a little bit of grain out here in a low spot that got heavy on the top and laid over. Tell us how you get that laid over grain, Will.
You run your reel all the way out and set it down almost all the way, and it picks it right up and feeds it right in the head. Just right, and you just have to slow down. I slowed down to about 2 miles an hour.
He pulls back on his throttle and lets his reel extend further past the belt here, further past the table, and it can grab the grain and lift it onto the table. See it coming in there, and now it's extending back out, so he can let his reel closer and further away from the grain table.
I'll let it up and down.
for the wheat harvest videos. We still got another day out here to get this wheat in, a day and a half to get finished out here. But the next thing you're gonna see of me is probably gonna be strip tilling soybeans into this wheat. I'm gonna come out here and run the strip till, make some little clean furrows, and we're gonna plant soybeans on 36-inch rows. If the ground is too hard out here, I will cut on that center pivot and we'll irrigate it. We'll wet the ground before I strip till it. But I'm gonna do a test run tomorrow morning because Big Willie's already cut this whole half. So tomorrow morning I'll start on that half stripping and I'll try to catch up to the combine if I don't have to cut that irrigation on. And luckily, if we're lucky, we'll have soybeans planted out here within the next 3 days. I thank all of y'all for watching. I hope to see you next time.